G'day, I'm Ray Hadley and today I'm joined by Jason, a former Brydens Lawyers client who's here to share his experience following a work injury claim. G'day, Jace.
Hey Ray, how are you?
Good mate, good.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you, son. Now, when did you first become involved with Brydens? What was the situation?
Yeah, so it was in February 2022. I was working in civil construction. Right. I had a fall at work. Ended up then obviously going through the workers' comp system. What brought me then to need to talk to Brydens was the harassment, I guess, that I'll call it, from the insurance companies, trying to get me back to work when physically I wasn't ready for it.
So the accident itself,
yep.
It's on a work site in civil engineering, civil construction?
Yep.
What happens?
Yeah, so I was working, we were doing some trenching beside a rail upgrade out at Botany. Excavator had been working along. I was looking after labouring work for the excavator, clean out of the trench, get rid of debris from around the trench, operating water cart, spotter duties. So, you know, very busy environment.
Sounds like you had about 8 jobs, mate.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds like you needed another 4 blokes with you.
I did. Yeah. Should have had at least another 2 to lighten the workload. But anyway, that's the way the industry is at times.
So what was the form of the injury? What physically happened to you?
Yeah, so as I was cleaning up, there's a lump of concrete on the walkway. I'd stepped to the side, didn't see that it was there, tripped over, went sideways, landed on my outstretched arm and tore the rotator cuff apart.
Not a fracture, but that's a pretty painful thing to happen, that rotator cuff. We hear about it with football injuries all the time, the rotator cuff are separated. I mean, that's big time.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was down on the ground, winded as well. Yeah. Went to get up, couldn't move my arm. Nauseous from the pain. The guy in the excavator jumped out, he came over to me and bit of immediate first aid. How you going? Got me up on my feet and across to the first aid shed. Yeah. But yeah, you know, first off we sat there and thought, oh, you know, is it just a bit of shock, bit of muscle strain or something? But yeah, after a couple of hours, just could not move my arm, just intense pain.
You ended up in hospital?
Not immediately. So when it got some scans done, they said, no, there's like that day, there's no breaks. It's soft tissue, we'll have to get you back go see your GP, come back, get some ultrasounds and that sort of thing. So went home, was home then for roughly 2 weeks with medical appointments then to diagnose what's going on.
So that's how long it takes to find out what bad shape you're in, basically?
It can do, yeah, unfortunately.
We talk about the insurance companies, so
yep.
They're very quick to take premiums. They're not so quick to admit fault.
No.
In situations like yours. At what stage do you decide you need some help? Because it's pretty, you know, it's a pretty steep curve for a bloke. Yeah. You know, you're there, you're working.
Yep.
You have an accident.
Yep.
There's a process to go through. We understand that. Yep. You know, we want to make sure that everyone's doing the right thing, both the company and the employee, the employer. But at some stage, things don't go right in terms of the insurance.
Yep.
So you decide to talk to Brydens.
Yeah, correct. So the first doctor that I saw online video conference was the GP organised by the employer.
You'd like to think you get someone independent, but anyway, that's an argument for another day.
Yeah. So that was while I was at work in the first aid shed. Here's a phone call from the doctor. Have a chat to him, and we can link you up with a video call. So yeah, okay, I'll do that. He organised the first couple of scans, X-ray.
Right.
He said, "Oh, that's okay. I'll give you suitable for light duties to come back tomorrow." So I thought to myself, "No, that's not right."
How long after the accident did this come back for light duties?
Tomorrow. So I'm still at work in the first aid shed.
Well, after you've suffered the injury?
Yes. Yeah.
And the bloke on video says, "Oh, you'll be sweet back for..." So it's not one-on-one, it's on a video.
Yep.
And he says, "Come back to work for light duties tomorrow."
Yeah.
And this is the doctor retained by the insurance company or the employer?
The employer.
The employer.
Yep. So they've said, you know, we've got this doctor who'll look after our injury.
So you're home for 2 weeks, so you're not back the next day, obviously.
No, I then went to my personal GP that day. Explained to my GP what had happened, and she said, no, you can't go back to work.
Right.
you need at least 2 weeks off, and we need to work out exactly what's going on with your shoulder. So, basically I ignored the certificate that Works GP gave me, relied on my private GP, and said, no, this is the way I'm going to move forward. I felt like there was still a push to get me back on light duties rather than taking time off, because in construction, companies are disadvantaged if they have lost time injuries. And I don't know how that is in other industries, but winning contracts, if you've got lost time injuries on your portfolio, it doesn't look good. So they wanted me back on light duties. So there's no lost time.
Well, from my point of view as a layman, it must be daunting, because it sounds to me like they're treating you like a malingerer. They're treating you as if some sort of bloke is putting on an act.
Yeah.
When you've got a really badly torn rotator cuff. Is that how you felt personally?
Absolutely, that's how I felt. It was, yeah, Jason, we understand you've been injured, but you can come back for us. We'll find something for you to do.
Build the bridge and get over it and come back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So after the results came through from the ultrasound and said, yeah, your rotator cuff is completely torn, then extended the medical certificate roughly another week. But then I did go back light duties. They found just they call it traffic control, but I was just sitting in a control box, so I was able to have my arm in a sling and all of those sort of things. So I wasn't really doing a lot, so that was fine. Then the surgery came up to repair the shoulder. Had that period of time off, which I think was around about 8 weeks at home on the lounge, which really sucked.
Not a lot of fun.
No. Then after that, it was, okay, we need you back at work. We can put you back into light duties. So I was back in the traffic control box for about 2 weeks, and then it was, your shoulder should be getting better by now, so, we'll get you some light labouring work. And that very quickly grew so I had about 4 weeks of light labouring work, and that grew then into me operating again with an excavator.
Back to normal, basically.
Back to normal, working with, trying to protect this one arm that's not working properly.
Yeah.
That ended up wrecking my back. I'd blown out some, got some.
So when you say bugger this, I'm going to have to talk to someone about this and get some legal advice.
Yeah.
When do you decide to do that? At that stage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought this is no good. I said talking to my wife about it, she said, I don't want you broken and wrecked.
Yeah, sure.
We need to get this sorted so that, one, I can recover properly.
Yep. Get
the help that I need without being harassed by the insurance company as well to get back on full duties and all of that sort of stuff. So, I spoke to Brydens and explained the circumstances with them, and they were 100% helpful then with getting the assistance that I needed at home. I couldn't mow the lawn.
Yeah.
Couldn't do the stuff around the house that I used to do, around the yard care, and help my wife out inside with house duties and whatnot. So, Brydens' team got straight on board and helped me out. Right, this is what you need to do. You need to make these applications, and then we will fight that through for you.
So they start engaging not only with you, but with the insurance company.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, instead of just Jason, they've got a fairly formidable insurance company being challenged by a really formidable team of lawyers.
Absolutely.
And that makes them sit up and take notice, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It all of a sudden makes it a bit more important to them, because all of a sudden you've got someone on your side who's going to fight your battle.
It does. So another factor of, this not just physical injuries that has really changed my life now, having to live with those. Psychologically, and going through that process, and I still see my psychologist now to keep on track, but I started seeing a psychologist. But having that support and Brydens being able to take over all of the legal aspects for me, I would either just send an email or make a phone call and say, no dramas, leave it with us. Just send through whatever paperwork we need, and don't you worry about the stress of dealing with the insurance company.
I don't want to delve into your private life, your psychological state, but as a layman again, my interpretation is you were made to feel like you were a person putting it on and you weren't genuinely injured. And so that I guess, manifests itself in your self-worth.
Yep.
You know, you already can't do the things you used to do at home. You can't help your wife. You can't mow the lawns. Probably you can't interact and do the things you used to do in a physical sense. So that would, I would think, naturally impact on your psychological health as well as your physical health.
Absolutely.
And Brydens recognise that and make arrangement for you to see a professional to deal not just with the physical side of things, but the psychological impact it's having on you. So the process goes from there. I'm an ambassador for Brydens, right? I've been mates with Lee and Vicky and the people that run the place for a couple of decades. And when I've ever had interaction with them, professional, courteous, having declared all that, my association, what did you get out of your involvement with Brydens?
Yeah, look, friendly, professional, on time, great team to deal with. Whether it be the solicitors in the legal team down to the secretaries, the paralegals, shuffling all the papers around and making the phone calls, the emails. Could not fault them.
It's a pretty daunting thing to take on large organisations and go to court. Pretty daunting thing to go to court, really. I've been there a few times, mainly for defamation, not workers' comp. But I mean, when you're in a courtroom surrounded by, you know, high-powered senior counsel and King's counsel and lawyers and the like, it's pretty daunting. But when you've got a law firm representing you, with the prospect of the matter going to court, mediation's very important. That's where they come in really, really handily in terms of dealing with other sides in terms of mediation and removing you from that situation where you don't mediate, they mediate on your behalf.
Absolutely, So they made that process really easy for me as well. We had private conferences with me and the legal team, explained to me fully what the process was, how it's going to play out from their perspective of, you know, how the process works. So, you know, there was no questions left for me to think, oh, how's this going to play out? They told me the expectations of different outcomes, how this might...
The best and the worst?
Best and the worst.
So, given you're at the end of the procedure now and satisfied with where you've arrived at in your life, what would you say to anyone watching this now about dealing with the same situation you're in, or similar, and retaining someone like Brydens?
Absolutely. See Brydens, retain Brydens, fantastic to deal with. Take that stress and pressure off yourself. You don't need it. You don't need to be sitting at home trying to get over physical or emotional, psychological injuries, whatever you've got going on. You don't need to be trying to get over that and fighting with insurance companies to get yourself looked after.
How's the shoulder now?
Yeah, look, it's okay. I can live with it. It's far from great. But, you know, I can live with it.
Much pain?
In different angles, So
You've got to be careful what you do.
Absolutely.
No more bowling fast ones from the southern end?
No, absolutely not. There's, you know, sports are out for me. Physical enjoyment activities are reduced a lot. You know, work's changed. But, you know, you move on. You find ways to work.
Do you think you could have arrived where you are today without the help of Brydens?
Absolutely not. No.
Right, mate. Well, I'm glad it's a happy ending for you and your family.